Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel once again for another brand new Star Wars The Black Series action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at another upcoming release, and that is the eagerly awaited Clone Commander Thorn. So without further ado, we'll take a quick look at the packaging and then move on to the figure itself. Getting the box out of the way first of all, as you can see it's the standard Galaxy packaging that we've come to expect from modern Black Series releases. We've got a bright yellow colour motif this time to showcase that this guy is part of the Clone Wars subline, and he's number 24 in that particular set. It's got the character name Clone Commander Thorn on the right there, and the inside slip for the box features details of Scipio, where this guy makes his now famous last stand. The mural artwork is ever present on the side of the box, and it is also then repeated on the back with a brief description about the character. So taking a look at the details first, you guys may be aware Clone Commander Thorn is part of the Coruscant Guard, so it'll be no surprise that this guy is decked out in the traditional Coruscant Guard red. It's been applied to the figure in with a matte finish, which was quite a surprise. I expected it to be gloss, as some of the other clone troopers have been in the past, but it leaves a very nice finish for display. The helmet is of particular reference here. It's brand new, completely new sculpt, so no reuse from previous commanders such as Cody from Revenge of the Sith. The details are very nice. As you can see, he's got the red wings on the top of his helmet there, very accurate to his appearance in the Clone Wars. That grey visor there breaks up the red pattern for a moment. It's got very intricate white pinstripe designs on there, again, very accurate, very nice to see. And then the faceplate of the helmet is decked out in almost completely red designs, just slightly interjected there by the white stripes. The teeth section on the helmet, the breather part, that's been detailed nicely with some grey accents. And of course the main feature of this head sculpt, I'll try and show this as best I can, it's completely hollow, I suppose. It's not got the Temuera Morrison unpainted head underneath, which is something that we've seen for quite some time with clone troopers, particularly ones that don't remove their helmet, as the helmets are normally just glued on over the unpainted sculpt. This has led to all manner of quality control issues over the years, just depending on how they are glued down in the factory. It's warped them, they've been misaligned, the list goes on. So it's really nice to see Hasbro creating a new crisp sculpt, specific for clones that don't necessarily show the face in the series. This is of a particular bonus, as it gives quite an increased range of motion, and I suppose the proportions are very nice as well, as it's not removable, so it hasn't got to accommodate space underneath for a unhelmeted sculpt. This is great. I'm very happy with this. I'd love to see more of this going forward in the line. Both this guy and Clone Commander Doom, part of this small little exclusive drop, both feature this. So if this is a sign of things to come, then I'm certainly going to be very happy with that. So the details then moving down onto the body of the figure, we've got more traditional Coruscant Guard markings now. We've got the Commander insignia on Thorn's chest there, if you can just make that out. Very nicely detailed. Specific paint application has been included there just to pick out those different panels. More traditional Coruscant Guard designs down the arm there. Everything you'd expect to see on one of those guys. Let's talk about his blaster, because this is very exciting for Clone Wars fans. We've finally got the Z6 rotary cannon in the Black Series. This is a brand new sculpt, it's never been seen before in the line. A fantastic inclusion, and it opens all sorts of doors, because a lot of different character clones in the Clone Wars series utilise this. You've got Heavy, you've got Hardcase, just to name a few. You've got Jack, so these are many clones who this weapon would be specific to. They don't typically use anything else. So now we've got this, we could maybe see some of those in the line. This could also be used for different droids and different clones featured in Star Wars Battlefront, so I know that will excite quite a few people. But continuing on to the rest of the figure, don't worry, we'll come back to the blaster when we touch on accessories, as there's more than meets the eye with that one. The belt is detailed in sculpt, but it's painted red, which is nice and in keeping with the accurate design. On each side of the belt we've got these grey holsters housing his clone blaster pistols. Typical inclusion with clone captains and commandos. Wouldn't be complete without them, even though we don't see this guy use them. The waist cape there has been done very well. Hasbro and soft goods are two things that go together well these days. No disappointment here. It's not undersized like some of the other clone commanders of recent years. It's well proportioned, sits very naturally, although I will mention when I took this out of the box, the back sections were significantly creased, so you might want to take an iron to those to get them looking a little more uniform and display worthy. And then just basic details on the bottom of the figure now, down to his legs. We go back into the red colour. As we've said, this is following that Coruscant Guard design, and in doing so we've got the feet, which have got the white soles to the boots there, which is great to see. No detail skipped really. Very impressive figure. So let's have a look at the Z6 rotary cannon in a little more detail. As I've previously stated, this is a brand new piece. It's the debut of this weapon in the Black Series, which is very exciting. As you can see, it's been cast in a silver plastic, and then some paint applications have been added on just to bring it to life a little more. So you've got the beige sections on the front and the back, which are very accurate to the CGI model that we see in the Clone Wars, as is the black or gunmetal section around the neck of the blaster there, which is very nice. My only complaint would be having it cast in silver plastic might be a little bit too bright. When we see these in the Clone Wars, they are a little more gunmetal in appearance, but it's a very minor criticism. The main features of this weapon, however, come in the actual sculpt, as the handle part here is on a hinge. So if I just remove that hand there steadying it, you can see that you can get some range in there. So depending on how you've got this guy posed, he's not going to have any trouble gripping this weapon. And then it wouldn't be a rotary cannon if the barrel itself didn't rotate. So this spins around in either direction very easily. It's not too loose, it's not too tight. So this would be really cool if you're into making stop motion animation. But overall it's just a nice little play feature, I suppose. Very well done. Just to give you a look down the barrel itself there, you can see the details have all been picked out nicely in the sculpt. This is great. It really takes me back to the Clone Wars figures of 2008 when you'd get those clones and they'd come with rather large, oversized versions of this that fired a missile. Nice little hint of nostalgia there with this release. And then just to finish off accessories, as previously mentioned, this guy just comes with two of his blaster pistols. We've seen these over the years many times. These have just been cast in a gunmetal plastic. So I suppose we should run over articulation just a bit. I'm going to be very brief with this, as it's your standard 2023 Clone Trooper body. If you've got more or less any version of the Clone Trooper that's been released in the last 3 years, then you know what to expect with this guy. I will just show the range available at the head again, just because of that new sculpt. Nice ball joint in the head, lots of movement, also aided by the ball joint in the neck. Got bull hinge shoulders, there's also butt fly joints there, swivel hinge at the elbow. The wrists on this guy, both sides are the up and down hinge. Both hands also have trigger fingers. So you can have him using his pistols accurately if that is something that you want to do. We never see him use them, so I'll be sticking to his big old blaster there. But it will allow you to have him holding 2 individual weapons with trigger fingers. The up and down movement also helps him hold the rotary cannon very well. There's a usual torso ball joint there. We've got ball hinged hips with swivel, hinge and swivel at the knee. The knee pad is a separate piece, so you can get that out of the way for your poses and then position it again nicely. And then at the ankle we've got the hinge joints and also rocker joints as well. So this guy is decked out in articulation. It's exactly what you'd expect from a clone trooper. I don't think Hasbro could do anything to better themselves in that particular department. Just wrapping up on Commander Thorn now, a fantastic figure and a worthy addition to the Black Series, a standout if you will amongst the clone trooper ranks. This guy has become iconic in his own right over the years for his last stand scene in Season 6 of the Clone Wars. Very iconic and very memorable and very deserving of a definitive figure. Fantastic work from Hasbro, considering the screen time that this guy has. No detail has been spared, so I'm very happy to see that, and I can't wait for you guys to get this one in hand. If you haven't already, please click subscribe, drop me a like, follow me over on Instagram to see some HD images of this guy at the time of this review going live, and I'll be back in a few days to review Clone Commander Doom. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Any comments, leave them below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and may the Force be with you always.